I am a mental wealth life coach that's dedicating his life to end human suffering and end people from settling from those traumas and those histories and those generational curses that they feel they're incarcerated by. It's people that are looking to see, how can I escape this reality? How can I escape this pain? How can I escape this trauma without harming myself to the best of my ability? Seeing my mother suppress her reality through her drug of choice, seeing my father suppress his reality through his drug of choice, and seeing how they literally were a punching bag to each other's traumas. It wasn't until I did the internal reflection that I understood, oh, the reason why I don't like men to be with other men is because a man abused me in my early years. Just seeing that ignited so much more drive than I already did, because there's a lot of people that don't realize they are on the fast lane to that same type of departure. But because they're able to buy themselves time through alcohol, through drug abuse, through sex, through video games, they believe that they're okay. But people that are busy are the people that are going to have to deal with a storm that's going to feel like a tsunami.
That understanding how much choice I have over my thoughts and emotions is what helped me move out of survival mode.
And one thing that I've learned is you can never change people unless they're ready to change, but you can change how you make them feel.
Mhm.
Because if we go a little bit deeper, I think to myself, man, you know how much effort it takes for you to be battling an addiction, for you to be escaping your pain and still have food on your kids' table, still have clothes on their back, and still have a loving heart. That for me is courage. 60 days prior to my senior night, I'm telling him, Dad, this day, I know that you haven't gone to anything, but this day, I need you here. This day, I need you here. And I was literally doing a countdown. Dad, we got 50 days left. Dad, we got 30 days left. Dad, we have a week left. And at that point, I genuinely felt so worthless that the spike of anger that I felt at that moment, I could have literally hurt somebody with my bare hands.
We experience something that to someone else seems very slight and what like a volcano erupting over something small. But the
Yes.
core of that anger is the hurt, the pain, the questioning of our self-worth, the abandonment that we feel.
So I had this plan of harming my son's mother because I just didn't know how to manage that transition. I had gotten a gallon of gasoline, and I was sitting right here. Her home was right there. And I was just waiting for that moment for her to shut off the lights. So that moment came. When she shut off the lights, I said, okay, this is my time to execute the plan. But then I got this thought, you selfish motherfucker. I was outside of her home in tears watching YouTube videos because this idea of law of attraction, of being positive, of changing your life, of manifestation, all of this was so foreign to me.
I married a recovering crack addict. I went through his last relapse with him. And then to see him recover was amazing. However, had I not gone through that, my empathy to addicts would have been a lot different.
And what's common about most people, the root cause to most people's problem is a lack of worthiness. a lack of worthiness, and you feeling insignificant, what if we can nurture our self-esteem to the point where we're no longer emotionally dependent on getting anything outside of us? Now the power is in our court. We can either keep putting band-aids on ourselves and keep buying ourselves time, or we could become surgical, go deep into the root, take out that poor soil, put in new seeds, and nurture those seeds. Let's accept the good, the bad, and most importantly, the ugly. Because once you can truly accept every part of you, your skeletons, your traumas, your bullshit, the world is only accepting a perception of you because you're so afraid of judgment that you're only sharing with people what you want them to see and not what's real. It's not just about saying no to other people with no explanation. It's about saying no to yourself with no
Hmm.
explanation. No, I'm not going to engage in this thought. No, I'm not going to engage in this habit. No, I'm not going to make this decision because I know that in order for me to respect myself, I have to make decisions with logic and not emotion. So, changing how you see yourself, right? Going from insecure, needing validation to seeing yourself as this powerful motherfucker that's unstoppable. That's a transition. That's a shift in perspective. That's an identity shift. Self love, Leticia, is having the discipline to protect the relationship between your thoughts and your emotions. Because the only thing that can cause suffering is your thoughts and your emotions. The fear of judgment no longer exists. Once the
Hmm.
fear of judgment no longer exists, now you're putting yourself in a promising position to live life with purpose and meaning because you're gonna do what you're meant to do rather than doing what you're reacting to do based on your upbringing.
The only way that we can get it is when we take radical ownership of our lives. We put down that victimhood, we put down this survival identities, and we get real with ourselves and take the necessary actions and do the necessary work to
Yeah.
align ourselves with our purpose and really be impactful.
I'm very passionate about this because I truly believe that on this earth, to be that transparent, real, raw, vulnerable human being that's not afraid of judgment, to liberate people from so much. Suffer with a purpose. So it's like if I'm gonna feel these emotions, because we're gonna feel negative emotions no matter what, take those emotions and apply it to something positive, and you can revolutionize the way you change your life.